Hi, I'm going to talk a little bit more today about how to simplify a song. So hopefully you've watched my other videos about how songs are made out of 7 notes of a scale. For example, the key of C uses the 7 notes of the C scale and then starts over again on top. So melodies are made out of the 7 notes of that scale, as are the chords. They're built on the same 7 notes of that scale. So that's the underlying premise on what we're going to talk about today, which is when you are in the key of C, you are using the 7 notes of the C scale. And I'm using bad fingering so you can see the keys better. The chords are made out of the 7 notes of that scale. And a song is usually going to use at least 3 of the chords in that key. For example, the 1 chord built on the first note of the scale, the 4 chord built on the 4th note of the scale, and the 5 chord built on the 5th note of the scale. In the key of C, these are called the C chord, the F chord, and the G chord. However, a song can use any of the 7 chords in a key. Here's the whole trick to making a song simpler. And we're talking about songs that are in the major key. Some songs are in a minor key, but today we're talking about songs in a major key. So let me zoom up to my visual aids here. Alrighty, so if you are in the key of C, you're going to have 7 different chords. And I say number 8 here just to top it off, but number 8 chord is really the same as number 1. So they're really 7 different chords. So in the key of C, your chords are going to be named C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and then B diminished. So here's the whole secret to playing songs more simply, is that most of the songs you play can be boiled down to what I call the bones of the song. That's the 1 chord, which in this case is C, the 4 chord, which is F, and the 5 chord, which is G. I'm going to play those here. 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. They have a very distinct sound. They're very strong sounding. They're very happy sounding because they are major chords. The happy ones. The 2, 3, and 6 chords, on the other hand, are much softer sounding and darker sounding because they happen to be minor chords. So this is true whatever key you play in. Chords number 1, 4, and 5 are going to be major chords, happy chords, or what I call the bones of the song. And chords 2, 3, and 6 will always be minor. They will always be chords that are minor. And the 7 chord is always going to be diminished. So let's look at a song that has a bunch of chords. Here's Over the Rainbow. It's got a 1 chord, a 6 chord, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. So if we were going to play all those chords, 1 chord, 6 chord, 3 chord, and 1 chord, 4 back to 1, 4 back to 1, la 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 la, 6, 2, then 5, then 1. So that's a pretty song. It has a lot of nice chords. But let's say I have to play that in a key I'm not really comfortable with, or I just don't know all the chords yet. Well, what I can do, I'm going to reveal to you my secret of simplifying a song. So I'm going to take out any chord that is not, that is not a major chord. So I'm going to take out any chord that is a minor. And that is going to leave me, guess what, with the bones of the song. So I'm going to play the 1 chord, still the 1 chord, 4 chord, back to 1, 4 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord, back to 1. You can still recognize it as the same song. It's a little simpler sounding, but it's a way that you can take a song that might be a little too challenging to play and play the gist of it, or what I call the bones of it. So in my view, simplifying a song works if you play the bones, the 1 chord, 4 chord, and 5 chord that are usually present in most every song. Let's take one more example. So here's, let's see, I have to zoom out a little bit. Here's Lean On Me, which is made out of the first 4 chords of a song. I'm going to say the numbers of the chord rather than the names. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. So if you were just going to look at all those chord names, it might look a little intimidating, but to think of it numerically, it's really just the first 4 chords in the key of C. So that's one way to make it simpler, just by understanding the numerical value of the chords, but you can simplify it even further by doing what we just did in the last song. Get my pen here, and let's cross out anything that's a minor chord. Whoa! It's hard to do this with one hand and holding a camera. La la la. Okay, so let's do that first line. So if we just stayed on the 1 and 4 and 5 chords and took out anything that's a minor, 1, 1 up to 4 and back to 1. And then we go to the 5 chord instead of all those substitution chords, which are right here. So sometimes those minor chords are really a substitution for the 5 chord. Whoa, this is tricky. There. So there are a lot more examples I could give you, but I wanted to get you started with the idea that you can look at a song, figure out what key you're in, find the 1, 4, 5 chords in whatever key you're in, 1, 4, 5. Oops, hold on a second. I'm going to pause. So, in conclusion, you can, with any given song, find out what key you're in, and there are 12 different keys a song can be in. So whenever you're looking at the chords in a song, you can look at it numerically, knowing there'll be 7 chords in whatever key you're in. We were just in the key of C. And that whatever key you're in, chords 1, 4, and 5 are going to be major chords. They're going to be the bones of the song. So you can look at any song's chords, cross out anything that is not the 1, 4, and 5 chord, and be able to play that song in that very simplified way, using the bones of the song. So this is true of whatever key you're in, if it's in the key of G or D or A or E, or the keys that have flats in them, such as F or B flat. You can see all these have the 1 chord that are major, and the 4 chords or the 5 chords that are major, and the minor chords are the 2, 3, and 6s. And the diminished is kind of a substitution chord for the 5. So most of the time, if you want to play a song in a very simple way, look for the 1s, 4s, and 5s in whatever key you happen to be in. Cross out anything that is not the 1, 4, and 5, and by golly, you'll be playing in no time. Have a good time.